Here we are.
Here we are.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Good evening. Well, good evening here in the Eastern time zone, and a few other time zones. And welcome to the third episode of the Let's Ask Richard show. Wow.
Wow.
Episode 3. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank you for being here. I just want to thank everybody for all the great feedback, mostly praises, a few criticisms, which, we welcome criticisms.
Someone criticized us?
Yeah, criticisms are okay
Okay.
on the days when we can handle it, right?
Is that today?
I think we can handle it
Okay.
today.
All right, I'm game.
Yeah, so thank you for all your feedback. It's very encouraging. And just a lot of cute stories. Rachel and Doug and their kids were watching us while they were eating dinner last week, so that was pretty sweet.
It's like prime time.
Yeah, we're prime time, yeah.
Wow.
And thank you, the gal that wrote in last week, who was struggling in her marriage. Hey, Zach. Shared with me, just some conversation that she and her husband had in the days to follow. So that's always great to hear. And mostly, we're just really honored that you guys are, trusting us with, stuff that's going on for you in your lives, and glad we can connecting. There we go.
But again, let me just say I have no credentials. I'm nothing. Jill is the certified life coach. I am.
He's my boyfriend.
Yeah, I'm just here.
This is my boyfriend, Richard, everybody. Hey, Sam. Woohoo. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out tonight, everybody. So, also, I had wanted to mention last week, and I think in my nervousness, I forgot. But I wanted to also just acknowledge the terrible tragedies that have happened in this country over the last couple of weeks, and I know that it affects all of us. And hey, Kate, and I just feel that it's really worth mentioning that we're we keep this country and the leadership of this country in our prayers.
We struggle with it.
Yeah.
We struggle with what to do. What can we do? Mm-hmm. And one of my thoughts is just try to get along. Just take it right down to your local level and just try to be nice to somebody today. Try to do one thing that's nice for somebody, somewhere. Stranger, somebody you know, just...
In traffic. That's always the big challenge for me. Yeah. Is to be nice to people in traffic. Some people love in traffic. But yeah, you're right. I agree.
Let them go ahead. That's okay.
Right, that we can make a difference on that real basic level of just smiling at people. And
if we can just make it a difference on a basic level, then maybe it'll spread. So, do something nice for somebody today.
Yeah, so I guess we have a couple of questions. So the questions are coming in, which is wonderful, and we'll get to a couple questions each week. And so if you don't hear your question read tonight, don't fret. We will definitely get to it. And I will certainly get back to you right away in message form so that you can have some instant gratification that way. So here's question number 1. Who's got someone's watching? Hey, Melanie. Question 1. Hi, guys. I am married to my husband for 10 years. We have 2 awesome kids and a great friendship until about a year ago when my husband got laid off from his job.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
That happens. At first, I felt really supportive and truly thought that this would all work out fine. But in these last few months, my husband has been drinking most of the day, and now I feel angry and like he is never going to pull it together. Combine this with the financial strain, and I feel like throwing in the towel most days. It feels like such a big mountain of problems now that I don't know where to start tackling this. Thank you for helping me with this.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got a couple, this is like a big double whammy here.
Yeah.
we got the getting laid off from the job, so you're down in income. And then now I guess he has taken to drinking, and she's not happy. And probably he's not happy either.
Probably not.
Yeah. So let's ask Richard. What do you think about this situation?
What a damaging thing.
Right.
Because I think a lot of a man's self-esteem is tied up in his job, the ability of that job to support the family.
Yeah.
He's feeling a lot of pain, hence he's taking his medicine, his alcohol, which is probably an easy way out, but it doesn't help him get to where he has to go. The guy's really hurting. That's what I feel. And then if you as his wife are feeling distance from him, which I think is natural, and anger maybe toward him. She may have said that she felt angry.
Yeah.
That the whole thing is a real difficult puzzle.
It's a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
You look very nice. I forgot to tell you.
Thank you.
You look very nice today.
Thank you. So, I think in many ways we've all been there, done that. At one point, I was way back in my career as I was let go from a job, and it was devastating. So, as you have been married for 10 years and 2 kids, and then you're laid off from a job, this is tough.
Yes.
So, I don't know, Jill, what do you think?
I think she said it feels like a mountain. And I know that feeling. Sometimes the feelings are so strong and the resentment is so big that it's hard to know where to start. As Richard was talking, I was thinking too of, there's kind of different angles I would approach it. First, I'm a woman's coach, and so I would say to you, this writer, to really sort of take some time to sort out what exactly is going on for you in this. Because I don't, again, and this is just a letter, it's hard to tell, but if I speak from my own experience, I know that, there's things about not having enough money that are very triggering for me. And there's things about, when my partner starts to, if they're doing something excessively, like drinking or other things, that also is triggering for me, because I feel like that affects their ability to be present for me. And then throw in the money fears. We all have, our fears based on, beliefs that we have from experiences that we've had around money, around relationships, around people being there for us. So I would say, whatever works for you. You can talk to me. You can take the free love assessment and talk to me about what's going on. You can write a little bit and just get more in touch with yourself and what actually is disturbing you, so that you can have more compassion for yourself and then have more compassion for your husband, who's, as Richard said, is obviously really suffering. This is like a huge blow.
I get the feeling he needs a lot of support.
Right.
And I'm going out on a limb, but he's probably not acting in a way that makes you want to give him a lot of support.
Right. And so I would say take care of yourself, figure out what you need for support first, so that you can, be that support for him, because this is one of those situations where he is really going to need you to be really present.
I guess,
it's
easier
said than done, but
but at this point,
but not impossible.
I would love a loving partner.
Right.
A loving, compassionate partner.
Yeah, and I'm sure you want to be that, and sometimes it's hard when you want to be that, but you feel so far from that.
Well, I think she wants to be that because
right.
she's writing to you and
Right.
saying, "Hey, this is my."
Right, and that takes a lot of love and courage and generosity to even reach out. I was thinking about this too earlier, that I just feel such admiration for you folks that are reaching out of your situation, because it's so easy to isolate and keep these problems, in-house, and then they just they fester. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of a little bit of the beginnings of that
Yeah,
conversation.
I want to say I understand your struggle. I just feel it when Jill was reading your letter. It was, you just feel this, and you just
you feel the
this
pain.
this man's heart just beating to smithereens. Hence the drinking, and yeah, it's. But you're dealing with it. You're coming forward, so.
So our hearts go out to you guys, and let us know how it's going. Let us know
good
what
luck.
we can do. All
Good,
right.
that seems sort of pat to say, but yes, I admire your.
But you need
your
luck, you
desire.
need love,
We all need love.
you need a lot to hang on at these times. All right. Hey, Joe. All right, question number 2. Dear Richard and Jill, I love your show.
Wow.
It's so great to see a couple like you, and gives me hope that I can have what you have. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
My question is about online dating. I'm a single mom and am dating for the first time ever. Okay. I got onto Match and am now seeing a great guy for a month.
Okay.
So I'm wondering about when we should be exclusive. I see that he still has his profile up. Oh, that one.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
It's only been a month.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm definitely not wanting to date anyone else but him right now. I'm worried about scaring him off. What are your thoughts? Thank you. Online dating. Ooh. Oh boy, it's a jungle. It's a jungle out there.
Okay.
But that's how we met.
Yeah.
That's how we met. So,
It sort of reminds me of a conversation we may have had.
yes, we had that exclusive conversation.
We did. I remember that day.
Might have been a month in.
Yeah, about that. But I remember also, why is your profile still up?
Oh, right, that. Yeah,
We
you
did.
go on there and you're checking to see, are they still on? What are they doing? Is it too soon to ask what they're doing?
Yeah, and you're sort of nervous about it because are you exclusive? Or, I really like this person, but what are they still holding out for that knight on a white horse to come riding up? What's the deal? But I think we had that conversation, or I asked you,
We did.
why is your profile still up? And I think at that point you said,
Because I like the attention. No, just kidding.
okay, well, that's probably honest.
No, I think it was, I believe it was about a month in. I was feeling the same as you, writer. I wanted to be exclusive with Richard. And we were driving on a date, which fortunately was a bit of a drive.
Yeah,
That was that Mohonk Mountain date.
yeah.
And I mustered up the courage to. I guess I asked you,
did.
are we exclusive
Well,
now?
it was like, Richard, I have a question for you.
Right,
It was like,
nervously. You
"What's
do it
coming?"
nervously.
What's coming?
Yeah.
And she started to sort of gently walk down the path of are we exclusive, and not a common reaction from me. I just sort of was quiet, and I let her sort of roll on that pathway.
He was loving it.
And after you got done, I said, "Yes, we're exclusive."
Yeah. So you're afraid of scaring him off. Well, to that I would say, this is how you find out. This is how you find out how is this man going to respond to you when you're revealing your heart, when you're being vulnerable, when you're asking for what you want. And it's risky. It is risky. I've heard all kinds of stories around this. I mean, I have some friends who met on Match, and, and this guy that my friend was seeing, he was seeing her and another person.
Uh-oh.
And she told him that she wanted to be exclusive, and basically he said, give me a week. And so it does happen. This is sort of one of those things that is kind of unique to online dating. I think that there's people are checking out different options, and if it's been a month.
Is that what I was, an option?
If it's been a month, I think, and if it's been a month, and if you want to be exclusive, then you just get yourself a little courage and pop the question.
All right,
or
I'm going to
ask.
give you my perspective on someone asking, on you asking me, on someone asking me, are we exclusive? And maybe we can bookend it. All right, I like to bookend things. He might be just sitting.
Oh, I guess we bleeped out there a little bit. Possibility that he might say, I'm just not ready for a committed relationship or something of that nature. So,
And something you probably don't want to hear,
Right.
but then the
But you need
positive
to
of
hear
it,
it.
at that point,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can go back on Match and find another great guy.
Oh, the online
yuck.
dating. Oh,
Yeah, it's rough.
we feel for you. Yeah, and and we just hope for the best here. And I think, it's like I said, it's the most important thing is that you can speak what you want, and you can speak your mind, and that is probably more important than anything. So you just go ahead and do that.
What, online or once you're there? Once you're seeing this guy for a month, you can speak your mind now?
Well, as far as wanting to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would,
Yeah, no, it's that we need to speak our minds all along. But
yeah, but I would
certainly-
take it as a symbol of desire, love, commitment, a message that you want to solidify this relationship. That's what I think.
Yes, and you have to be prepared to say goodbye if he is not of that mind, and you are.
Yeah.
So that's that's the other
Yeah.
piece of it. But let us know how that goes.
Yeah, love to hear out.
Love the dating stories. So, all right. Well, so those
What else
are our
we
two
got?
questions.
Okay.
Let's see. We usually throw in some personal information at the end. What should we reveal about ourselves tonight?
I don't know. I had chicken for lunch. I don't know. We've tossed around money and relationships a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important for you and your partner to have a money talk.
Yes.
Because, I understand it's one of the biggest challenges in relationships is money.
Yes.
My wife spends all her money on Amazon, or the jokes that someone stole the credit card, but she spends less than my wife, so I'm okay with that.
Right.
But so
Right.
the best humor is always in truth, or
Yeah, like I told you on that same date where we talked about being exclusive, that you couldn't touch my bank account. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I told him that. No, I told him the truth on that date about,
Right.
once he said yes, wanted to be exclusive, I felt safe enough to tell him that, I had some credit card debt, and, I only had $200 in my checking account,
Okay.
and, back in the day, and
All right.
that kind of stuff.
no, it's like it's in a household.
important.
Who does what, and
Right.
do you have a real cheap person with a real spendthrift, or
Right, all that stuff is going to become
it's
really
just
important.
Right.
Yeah, so it's good to kind of find out how they're, what's your debt? How are you around money? What, just the whole money,
Right.
the life around money.
You clip coupons, and I
I
really
did.
admire that about you.
Yes.
I really like that.
Yeah, Richard and I are both rather frugal, so that
Yes.
works. So, yeah, well, so thanks a lot, guys, for joining. It looks like we've got, hi, Kathy. Hey, Paula. Thanks so much for coming out.
Please send the questions in for whatever good it is.
Yes, please send them
And,
in.
you know,
We love them.
send in the question. I'll answer my non-qualified. I'll give you my non-qualified response. And Jill's a smart one. She'll,
You're a little smart too.
well, yeah.
You're a
but,
sharp dresser.
well, thank you. Just in, I don't know. I think, you know, I've done a few laps around the track. And,
Not
you
bad
know,
for a 40-year-old guy.
I'm 40?
So we got Kathy and Paula again. Thanks, guys, for coming out, and we just love you. We love the questions, and we're really holding your challenges in our heart. And like I say, we just touched the surface here, but feel free to message and sign up for the free love assessment too, where we can talk a little bit, you ladies and I one-on-one. And also be watching next week for the ladies show, which I'm calling the ladies room. And I will let you know what day that's going to be. But
Can I come?
that'll be a time. Sorry, no boys allowed.
Oh.
Sorry. It's just going to be us ladies.
Ooh.
And
Why can't I come?
it'll be great. Because some things are, you know, just ladies want to talk about. That's why
Okay.
I'm calling it ladies room. Because you know how
Okay.
the ladies, they go off together to the ladies room.
Can I watch online?
There's a reason for that. Because we want to talk about boys without boys around.
Oh,
Or your
Okay.
partners.
okay.
You know, we're not just talking about men and women here. I know that's, you know, I'm a woman, I'm with a man, but I know that there's other types of partnerships, and we respect all of them, and so, you know, we're open to
I think it's
all
universal.
partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have a good night, everybody, and we're gonna go out for our little Mexican dinner now, and should we have a kiss?
No.
Playing hard to get.
Of course, it works.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you next week.
Yes.
Bye.